Great Western Bank, where big bank convenience is available with all of the advantages of the local community bank. Great Western Bank, making life great. Member FDIC. Three transfer, two make the redraw. Pressure is on for the Great Western Bank USRA B-Mods, and we're green on their opening heat. Camden Myers out to the lead. Here comes Schlumbum to his outside. Can't quite get there. Myers will lead it. Myers, the brother to our defending champion, Tyler Myers, who we'll see in another heat race tonight in his 27 machine. Right now, the final transfer spot belongs to the 88 of Wade Wright, but they are fighting it out furiously back there in the fourth spot, trying to get one spot closer to a redraw or make that a transfer spot. Only three going to transfer out of these heat races. Camden Myers showing the way. Devin Schlumbum behind him. Wade Wright, the top three, pulling away from the rest of the field. And they're all kind of equidistant from each other there in the top three. And then behind them, it's on. Here comes the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen. He'll take the spot from the 97 of Damian Vandenberg. Miles Veen, the 34, a little off shape there out of turn number 2. He'll gather it up and continues on. Back there in that 4th, 5th, 6th place battle, things settling down just a little bit. Those drivers can breathe, but not too much because they are still out of a transfer spot, and they're going to get delegated to one of the pair of B mains in this division here tonight. Those B mains, by the way, only 2 going to transfer out of those. So, yeah, a lot of pressure on these drivers to attempt to make the show here tonight. 2 laps to go on your opening Great Western Bank USRA B-Modified heat race. Camden Myers showing the way by 2.3 seconds over Devin Schlumbum. They have the redraw spots. Wade Wright in a transfer spot. Top 2 out of these heat races redraw. They'll start somewhere in the top 10. If you are Wade Wright, you will start 11th in this one if things hold on as they are. So big swing from a chance at the pole to back there in row 5 at least, as heat race number 1 going to be official. Camden Myers picks up the win. Devin Schlumbum goes second. Wade Wright trying to make his way off of turn number 4. And he'll hold on to that 3rd spot and goes to the show. Derek Van Veldhuizen gave it a mighty effort to catch up, but he'll fall 1 spot short in the 4th spot. Camden Myers, your winner in the 1M. Devin Schlumbum 2nd and Wade Wright 3rd in the 88. They transfer to tonight's main event. Derek Van Veldhuizen was 5th. Anthony Van Everdingen 6th. Adam Sage 7th. Damian Vandenberg 8th. And Miles Veen finished in 8th. Got a note up here. The late model street stocks. TNR Contracting putting a $500 bonus on them in tonight's feature event. So whoever wins the street stock feature event tonight, they pick up a $500 bonus from TNR Contracting. Oh, we're stacking them up. A little trouble over there in turns 1 and 2. They'll all scamper away. Kurt Ottison started on the pole. He slipped back several spots and may have trouble on that 56 machine. No trouble, though, for the 4 of Jackson Mulder. He shows the way early in this one. Logan Kafka and Kevin Joachim in the transfer spots. Joachim runs 3rd with Jed Rainier right behind him. Trevor Tesh back there rounding out your top 5. 1 lap in. 7 to go. Make it 2 laps in. 6 to go for the 4 of Jackson Mulder in that Razor chassis entry. And we've got debris over in turn number 2, and the caution flag is out. Yellow over the speedway debris in turn number 2. You can see the track official hustling up the racetrack. You'll get that debris picked up. 6 laps to go on this one. We come back to the green in turn number 4. Single file restart for your Great Western Bank USRA B-Modifieds. Joachim takes a look to the inside of Kafka as they got to turn number 3. That's the race for the 2nd spot. Right now, Logan Kafka holds on to it. Rainier still 1 out of a transfer, as is the 21T of Trevor Tesh running back there in the danger zone of going to tonight's consolation action. 4 in, 4 to go as Logan Kafka feeling a bit of pressure from Kevin Joachim behind him. They run 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. But Mulder laying it down out to a 2.016 second lead on this one. And Mulder will come to the white flag. Final lap underway right now here in heat race number 2. Checker flag, Logan Jackson Mulder going to pick that one up. So Jackson Mulder, your winner in the 4 machine. Kevin Joachim sneaks into that 2nd spot in the 27X. Logan Kafka finishes 3rd in the 6K. They transfer to the A main. Jed Rainier, Trevor Tesh, Colton Caskey, Jeff Whitrock, and Kurt Otteson, your unofficial finish from heat race number 2. Row number 3, 11X, Quentin Johnson inside. He's from Emory, South Dakota. Nick Barger, the 14N, going to start outside the 3rd row. Adam Chernitik, the 15 from Alexandria, South Dakota, is your 7th starter, flanked by Tanner Koster from Sioux Falls in the 97K. Ready for the green. 8 laps, top 3 transfer. Heat 3 of 5 for the Great Western Bank USRA B-Modifieds. Ooh, 3 wide. Brock Hess splits them. Brock Hess showing why he was a champion out here in 2019 as Chris Moore struggling to get the X under control, get all the footing underneath him, and he'll slip back in battles with the 11X of Quentin Johnson for the 4th spot. Johnson goes down to the bottom, and he'll have position 4, 1 out of a transfer, with Tyler Tesh running in at position number 3. Checking your ticker on the top of the screen. Brock Hess not showing up there. No transponder hits from the 16 car just yet as he looks for the race lead. As Tyler Tesh running in the 3rd spot. There's Brock Hess, showed up on the ticker and on the timing. All right, all's good in the world. Here we go. Things not so good for Quentin Johnson right now. And Nick Barger is there outside of the transfer spots. That's Nick Barger without the numbers on his car. All right, I'm catching on now. There it is. Okay, he's put one on there. I'm good now. I'm happy. Here comes Brock Hess all over Scott Kennedy. Great race out front. Both drivers know that they're solidly in a redraw spot, but they don't know if they have any pressure coming from behind them. So they got to stay on the pump right here. Kennedy going to go down, block the advance of Brock Hess. So head down the back straightaway. They will come to 2 laps to go. And Hess, again, big drive to the inside of turn number 3. Kennedy washing up a little bit here off of turn number 4. By the stripe, 2 to go. Hess back to the bottom here in turn number 1. This is the end that Kennedy's been better in the 1K and continues to hold the lead. It's down here in turn 3 that Hess really has been making up his ground. Can't quite do so this time as Hess right there can't make that pass. White flag is out, still solidly in the redraw spots for Kennedy and Hess on this final circuit. Tyler Tesh still in 3rd and has that final transfer ticket ahead of Quentin Johnson. Off of turn number 4, good battle out front and to the checkered. Scott Kennedy's got the win. Brock Hess finishes 2nd and Tyler Tesh will finish in 3rd. Scott Kennedy picks up the win. Brock Hess makes the redraw 2nd to the 16, and Tyler Tesh transfers to the A-Main with the 22T in 3rd. Quentin Johnson was 4th, Nick Barger 5th, Adam Chernitik in the 6th spot, followed by Tanner Koster and Chris Moore. Defending champion from Harrisburg, South Dakota, 27, Tyler Myers outside row 2. Randy Van Veldhuizen from Rock Rapids, Iowa in the 66R inside row 3. Ray Feltman Jr. from Sioux Falls, 175 outside of the 3rd row. And row 4, 65, Jim Klutman of Sioux Falls and the 80 of Dustin Johnson from Mitchell. Here we go. Green flag set to come out, and we are underway with heat race number 4. Dustin Johnson laid back there on the start. Rookie out here at I-90 Speedway. Slipped off the racetrack, kicks up the dust here on the opening lap. Meanwhile, opposite end of the field, Chris Getz showing the way ahead of Dave Kennedy and Ray Feltman Jr. Here comes battle for that spot. Trevor Kroc trying to get into a transfer spot in that silver 52. Couldn't get it done through 1 and 2. He'll dive back down to the inside of the Houston Speedway Hall of Famer as they come off turn number 4, but Feltman holds down that third and final transfer spot. Mopar power under the hood of the 18D of Chris Getz has a 6/10 of a second lead over Dave Kennedy. Saw his brother pick up the win in the previous heat. Kennedy right now, as in Dave, in this heat, solidly in a redraw spot. Could be a good night here for the Kennedy Motorsports team. Traffic about 3/4 of a straightaway ahead of your race leader, Chris Getz, as we work down to 3 laps to go in our 4th out of 5 heat races in the Great Western Bank USRA B-Modifieds. And the leaders closing in on traffic in a hurry. It's the 80 of Dustin Johnson and 65 of Jim Klutman. And I just noticed the 27 of Tyler Myers missing from action in this heat race. As the 80 of Johnson, he'll pull at pit side, takes the long dirt road back to the pit area. Here's the battle for the lead as they enter traffic. White flag in the air. Chris Getz leading Dave Kennedy into turn number 1. Kennedy going to have to go up the racetrack. Oh, he gets some contact from the 65 of Klutman. Kennedy trying to get it going to hold on to that redraw spot, but here comes Feltman. He hopes to change things here in the final set of turns. Chris Getz is going to get the win. Kennedy holds on for the transfer, the redraw, and Feltman for the transfer. Well, some action late in that one. Behind the 18D of Chris Getz, your winner, Dave Kennedy, second in the 21K. They make the redraw, and Ray Feltman Jr. makes the main event in the 175. The 60 IV of Anthony Ross from Columbus, Nebraska. 29, Jesse Reynolds, Brookings. Row 3, 22, Justin Volts of Hartford. 4S, Chuck Cherniket of Fulton. 81B, John Brown, and 95 of Dean Haase. The 7W, Doug Wallace out to the lead in this one. Cherniket a little off the racetrack on the back straightaway, gathers it up. Right now, Anthony Roth has the final transfer spot right behind the 81J of Tanner James. Anthony Roth with a win at the Rapid Speedway in Rock Rapids, Iowa. Former IMCA modified standout, switching to USRA B-Modified action this year in that Razor chassis, 60 IV, looking for a redraw spot off turn 4, and he's got it as they go by the flag stand. Anthony Roth up to the second spot. Oh, trouble here, front straightaway, car into the wall, and we've got a yellow flag over the speedway. Yellow is out.
Definitely a lot of hard contact in the front stretch wall. The right front tire completely off the rim, laying right next to the car here. Rear end looks like it's tweaked a little bit as well. Definitely going to have him on the hook to get him out of here.
All right, Scotty DeYoung, thank you very much for the report down there pit side. 6 laps remaining on this one. Doug Wallace, Anthony Roth, Tanner James in your top 3. Anthony Roth going to waste no time coming after Doug Wallace, and he'll take the lead here in turn number 2. Smoke pouring from the Tanner James 81J back there in third as Justin Volt's going to come to his inside looking for that final transfer spot. Rear end is coming out of the 81J of James. So that's tire smoke you see on that car. And that's going to be a much, much bigger issue here if he continues on much longer. Left rear tire is almost completely outside the bodywork. Rubbing against the sheet metal. Sparks showing. Black flag trying to get him off the racetrack, track officials, and it looks like Tanner James off the pump now, and he'll head down the road back to the pit area. 2 laps to go. Anthony Roth pulling away in a mighty fashion on this final heat race. A 4.7 second advantage over Doug Wallace, who has that final transfer spot. Good battle for Wallace has the final redraw spot. Battle for the transfer spot. Justin Volz has it. And Jesse Reynolds pressuring him for it. Volz goes up the racetrack off turn 3. And Reynolds into a transfer spot here at the white flag. Final turn to navigate for your race leader. And Anthony Roth comes to the checkered flag. And the Columbus, Nebraska driver wins Heat 5. Doug Wallace gets the redraw spot. Jesse Reynolds a transfer. The checkered there on Heat 5. Last heat race for the Great Western Bank USRA B-Mods. Anthony Roth, your winner. Doug Wallace in the redraw, and Jesse Reynolds gets a transfer spot. Dean Haase was 4th. Volz finishes 5th. James 6th. Cherniket Brown, your unofficial finish. Fastenal Pace Truck heading pit side, and we are heading to a green in turn number 4. Your first of 3 Spielman Excavating IMCA Sprint Car heat races. The 98 of Nate Barger sets the pace. Chris Schoenrock to his outside, coming to the green, and we are underway. Barger out to the lead. Schoenrock runs P2. Fick running in 3rd. Final transfer spot belongs to Lee Ghost Jr. on this opening go-round as he works to the outside of Micah Slendy for the 5th spot. Slendy shut the door on the front straightaway. Fick looked to the inside of Schoenrock for 2nd, and he couldn't make the pass. Here comes Ghost to the inside of the 10 of Lincoln Drewis, looking for the position number 4, and he's got it off of turn 4. Lee Ghost Jr. had a great run last Sunday at Houston Speedway in this division. Here comes Fick in the 7 machine to the inside of Schoenrock. He'll take P2 off of turn number 4. So Shane Fick on the move in the 7X machine. 1 career win here at I-90 Speedway. That was in micro sprint action, and a rare appearance of them here. Ghost just got by the 36 of Schoenrock. Goes up to the 3rd spot. Here comes Lincoln Drewis. He puts his pressure on the 36X of Schoenrock. Schoenrock falling here. Back to the 5th spot as here comes Slendy in the 8 machine. Slendy will move into the top 5. And now Schoenrock on the bubble to make the show here tonight directly from the heat race. Top 4 going to make the redraw. Right now, that's Lincoln Drewis in the 10 machine. Nate Barger just got that motor together last Sunday before the races at Houston. The thing ran. It didn't run strong. Barely ran. Right now, he's trying to run away from Shane Fick. Fick trying to run him down, running out of time. White flag is out. Final lap in our opening IMCA Sprint Heat Race. And at turn number 3, here comes Fick taking a look to the inside, but no lift Nate. Off of turn 4, he'll win our opening heat race. Fick goes 2nd, Ghost goes 3rd. And the final transfer, final redraw spot to the 10 of Drewis. Final transfer spot, going to go to 6th place, Chris Schoenrock. So Nate Barger, your winner in the 98. Shane Fick 2nd in the 7X. 17, Lee Ghost Jr. 3rd. Lincoln Drewis 4th. Micah Slendy 5th. And Chris Schoenrock finishes 6th. They go to the show here tonight. Eli Hargraves, Darren Spielman, and Taylor Ryan will go to tonight's consolation. Fastenal Pace Truck off on the back straightaway. 8 laps your distance. Heat race number 2 of the Spielman Excavating IMCA Sprint Cars Cressman Sanitation Night at I-90 Speedway. Aaron Werner leads the breakaway. Here comes the 20 of Brant O'Banion to the outside of Ren Weber. They nearly got together as they got into turn number 3. O'Banion around the high side. He'll have the 2nd spot. Weber runs 3rd. Sullivan in the 4th spot as we put the first lap in the books. Trevor Waller back in 5th. Dylan Bickett had the final transfer spot. No, transponder issues going on. John Lambert's right now in the final transfer spot in the 12L. O'Banion not having a transponder read, nor Jared Jansen. So your ticker on the top of the screen going to be a little off on this one. But I'll do my best. I got your back. I'll let you know who's where as best I can. Still, the 12L of John Lambert's in 6th. Jared Jansen right now runs 7th. 1 spot out of a transfer. The 20 of O'Banion running in position number 2. Hey, there he's going to show up on the ticker, I believe. 3 laps to go here on this second of 3 heat races in the IMCA sprints. Aaron Werner made his way to the Chili Bowl this year. Graduated out of the B-Modified division around here. Got himself an IMCA Sprint last year. And look at this. He's going to open 2021 with a commanding win in heat race number 2 for the driver out of Coleman. The 22W Aaron Werner gets the win. O'Banion goes second. John Sullivan goes third. Checkered flag, heat race number 2. And how about it for Aaron Werner, your winner, with Brant O'Banion second, John Sullivan third, and Ren Weber, the final redraw position. Trevor Waller and John Lamberts, they also make the show here tonight. Jared Jansen in the 7th spot. Dylan Bickett finishes in 8th. Set to go for the green flag. Jesse Lindbergh, Andrew Sullivan, row number 1. The rest of the field gets reworked on their starting grid. The 12 of Alec Matea, the son of John Lamberts, making his debut as they come to green. Jackson Weber makes his debut right here as well. We are green and underway. Man, I love this IMCA Sprint Car class. So many new drivers in our area over the last couple of years in this division. I don't know what Jackson Weber has for experience. I know Alec Matea got some iRacing experience. Out front, experience now for Jesse Lindbergh, Trek champion here in 2019, shows the way after the win Sunday night at Houston. Looked good in that one. Not much experience for the driver in second, the 91 of Andrew Sullivan. I mean, experience in a sprint car. He was a go-kart standout, and he runs in that second spot. Casey Abbas runs third. Josh Sterrett runs in fourth. Fifth right now, Jaden Carpenter and Rick Hansen in the final transfer spot to the show. Jackson Weber going to go down a lap to the field. He'll try to hold his line. The field coming by him. His first nights of racing are rough. It's a whole different ball game. You can't be prepared for these things. There's nowhere to go practice other than to just go do it. Jesse Lindbergh doing it right now. That 7L machine out to a 1.9 second lead over the 91 of Andrew Sullivan. Casey Abbas still rounding out your top 3. 2 laps to go for the Lindbergh Transmission All-American Towing. Red Rock Bar and Grill number 7L of Jesse Lindbergh. Down the back straightaway, he's got more traffic in front of him as he'll navigate them and come to the white flag. Close moment there, off turn 4. White flag, final lap for Lindbergh in the 7L. He'll hit turn number 3 for the final time. Navigates that. Off of turn number 4, you'll see Chuck Hanish's checkered flag. Jesse Lindbergh wins. Andrew Sullivan, his debut here at I-90. He'll get the second spot. Car may have been running out of fuel there at the end. It was limping to the finish. Casey Abbas, a close third. Jesse Lindbergh, your winner in the 7L. Andrew Sullivan, second. Casey Abbas in the top 3 in the 17V. Josh Sterrett was 4th. Jaden Carpenter, 5th. Rick Hansen, 6th. They transfer to the main. Alec Matea, Jackson Weber finished 7th and 8th.